It was definitely different from writing with like Godsmack, and certainly different from writing the first solo album, Avalon, because Avalon was a bit more earthy and a bit more tribal, hypnotic at times, things like that, where this record took on more of a cleaner production kind of feel, almost like a masculine style Adele and that kind of adult contemporary. There's hints of jazzy blues stuff in there, hints of country flares at times, things like that. So it was fun, and it was certainly interesting writing it, but it was very personal, very personal kind of record. Different kind of tears. Different Kind of Tears was actually a co-write with me and a gentleman named Zach Malloy, who is actually a Nashville writer. So it's no wonder that it has that little country flair to it, It's not a country song, but there's certainly a hint of country in it. I never try to decide how to write a song. I just write what comes to mind, and when I capture melodies or arrangements or lyrical content, the song just develops on its own, and then I figure out what kind of style it is. I think music is a very universal kind of language that we all connect to in our own way, and so I don't think it should be categorized. And so with this record, I was really actually proud at the end to look and see all these different hints of genres in there. I think it's more of a universal album that way. I'm definitely not nervous about Godsmack fans critiquing this too much, because the one thing I think I've learned over the years is they've accepted this style of music through songs that Godsmack had in the past, like the Voodoos and the Serenities and that kind of thing. The rest of the guys in Godsmack, they're out doing their own little side project right now called Apocalyptic Blues Review, which is a really cool kind of biker bluesy band. And they're really good. I actually went to see them in Laconia at Bike Week. But when we're on break, we just like to still play, but we need to give Godsmack a rest every now and then. And so we do our solo stuff, and that's what they choose to do, and this is the stuff I choose to do. A lot of the other songs became orchestrated to the point where I knew I needed strings, cellos, violins, whatever, to kind of fill that atmosphere. But this one took on this real swanky, kind of jazzy blues thing, real theatrical almost in a sense at the beginning of it. And I knew I was going to use horns. And so I started to reach out to horn players, and it dawned on me wow, my dad's a trumpet player, and he's the one who started me in music when I was 3.5 years old. And so it was just a no-brainer to go and ask him, listen, here's our opportunity to actually be on a song together. And it's just an awesome memory to be able to take with us both. We'll always have that now, He's been immortalized onto the record. I think it's just like when an artist paints a picture. You can sit there with blacks and grays all day and do a great portrait, but when you start adding colors and different textures, and it pops and things just happen, it takes different shapes. And so for me, that's how it is when I write music. I come up with the foundation of it first, and then I can feel if it's sad, if it's heavy feeling, or if it's more upbeat and funky. And those are the kind of, with me, instruments in general are just something that I play with like a giant toolbox. I don't know, I haven't mastered every instrument. I can play several different instruments, but I'm not great at any of them really. I just use them as like tools, and I can pick up a flute and figure something out to make a part in the song with it. I think for people, they just need to keep an open mind and transpose these lyrics and music into their own life, and hopefully it'll help them heal some things maybe, because I think it's just about spending an evening with the record with a box of tissues and some Ben & Jerry's ice cream and having a good cry and letting it all out, and then come see the show and we'll cry together and finish it off that way.